Welcome to your inbox last night, where we dive into yesterday's fintech and payments headlines so you don't have to feel guilty about not reading them. I'm Sam Aracasta, and as always, we've got a packed lineup of stories covering everything from banking shakeups to crypto intrigue. Let's get started. Starting, as we always do, with popular industry news. Let's talk about Goldman Sachs finally cutting ties with the Apple Card. Apparently, they're chatting with Barclays and Synchrony Financial to take over. I mean, let's be real, neither of these banks is exactly a game changer, but do we think they feel like the right fit for a product like this? Just wondering. Now over to Illinois, where the drama continues around the state's new law banning credit card interchange fees on taxes and tips. A judge just handed down a split decision. National and federal banks get an injunction, but card networks, not so lucky. This is far from over, so get ready for more courtroom battles. The classic payments world. Always something in litigation, right? Switching gears to banking, Washington Federal is saying, we're out when it comes to single family mortgage lending. Feels like we're hearing this more and more. Another bank stepping back from the mortgage market. Something to keep an eye on if you're in that space. And speaking of mortgages, BMO just agreed to pay $40 million for allegedly bundling high-risk loans with government-backed ones to make them look safer. Anyone else feeling flashbacks to The Big Short? Maybe it's time for a rewatch. It's a free crash course on why this stuff matters. Let's talk Block, aka the artist formerly known as Square. They're paying a whopping $255 million in fines, that's $80 million to state regulators, and another $175 million to the CFPB, who called their compliance efforts willfully incomplete. Translation, they knew they had a problem and still didn't fix it. Ouch. Speeding across the pond, the UK's payment systems regulator is revamping its 2022 strategy. The new plan tackles APP fraud, open banking, and faster payments upgrades. It's all about protecting users while keeping the market competitive and innovative. Love to see regulators getting proactive, but let's hope they don't overcomplicate things. And while we're in Europe, the Digital Operational Resilience Act, DORA for short, goes live today. If you're connected to a financial institution in any way, this one's for you. Think cybersecurity resilience, risk monitoring, and oversight. Sounds dry, I know, but if you're in fintech, this is big. Compliance nerds, rejoice. Back stateside, American Express is forking over $230 million to the DOJ and Federal Reserve for allegedly misleading small businesses with deceptive sales practices. Yikes. I'd love to know who approved those pitches. Any Amex reps listening? Call in anonymously. We'll keep it quiet. Right. Here's a fun one. Amazon is buying its very own buy now, pay later firm for $150 million. Not surprising, considering they'd already sunk $20 million into it as an investor. Classic Amazon, when they like something, they just buy it. Alexa, remind me to never underestimate Jeff Bezos. Finally, in cross-border payments, FXC Intelligence has a new breakdown on the global market size. If you're into stats and trends, this one's worth a read. Who doesn't love a good market analysis? Turning now to Web3 and crypto. Now, on to Web3. Bloomberg is reporting that the new administration plans to make cryptocurrency a national priority through an executive order. That's bold, especially given the regulatory landscape. Are we finally going to see real progress, or is this just more political posturing? Stay tuned. Here's a curveball. World Liberty Financial, a platform tied to the incoming president's family, just swapped 103 wrapped Bitcoin worth $10 million for over 3,000 Ethereum. They're calling it regular treasury management, but come on, the timing is interesting. And wrapping up crypto news, Amina Bank is offering free USDC custody to boost stablecoin adoption. Free storage for your stablecoins? That's a clever way to get people on board. Will it work? Time will tell, but I'm betting yes. Sorry, Mr. X, I ran long, but it's a busy day. What have you got for us?
Hey, Mr. X here, and I'm cleaning out the mailbag today, folks. First up, I know we heard Klarna was for sale yesterday. What's that? Klarna's too rich? Try Big Lots instead. So, Klarna might be a bit out of your price range, no shame in that, but fear not, retail dreamers. Big Lots is practically begging you to bid on their leases. Almost 1,900 properties across 47 states are on the table, and you've got until January 24 to lock one down. Think about it. You could be the next retail mogul. Just don't call it Big X. I've got that trademarked. Here's some highbrow gossip. The Bank of England and the New York Department of Financial Services are doing a little employee swap. It's like a fintech version of Wife Swap, but with fewer tiers and more crypto expertise. For 6 months, these regulators are trading secrets in digital payments and blockchain tech. Will it lead to groundbreaking insights or just polite emails about afternoon tea? Stay tuned. Tea time, techies. Our friend Alexa is having a bit of an existential crisis. Word on the street, courtesy of Superhuman, is that Amazon's beloved voice assistant is seriously struggling with hardware updates. Like, can't get its act together. Levels of struggling makes you wonder if Alexa should just ask herself, what's the weather today, for a comeback? Oh, and don't think Google's getting away scot-free. I'm hearing whispers that YouTube and Google are having issues integrating their shiny new AI toys. Apparently, the platforms aren't playing nice in the sandbox. For companies that basically invented search, you'd think they'd have this figured out. Guess even tech giants have AI growing pains. That's a wrap for the gossip and for the week. Y'all have a great weekend, and I'll see you back here Tuesday. Monday, we celebrate the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. Drop me a line and let me know what you did for service projects. Be good now.
Hey, that is today's episode of Your Inbox Last Night. Thanks for listening, everyone. Hey, we are all set up to deliver this podcast to you directly on a daily basis. All you have to do is subscribe to the link in the show notes. Have a great long weekend, everyone. See you Tuesday. I'm Sam Aracosta for Your Inbox Last Night.